Hi, my name's Jace and I have a problem. I can't stop buying motorbikes.
Well, Jace, we've just had a lot of new research come through, and it turns out the formula for the right number of bikes is N+1, where N is your current number of bikes. Here's the latest in medical research, mate. It's all here. So, I don't see any problems, mate.
Oh wow, so medical research has come a long way. That's excellent news. All right, thanks, best group ever. So you've got one Beta Xtrainer 2022 model coming in mid to late January, eh? I'm gonna grab it. All right, cheers mate, I'll hear from you then. Okay, hooroo. I placed my order on November 11 and began counting the days until mid-January. I kept myself busy watching as many YouTube channels that had Xtrainers as I could, so thanks to you guys. I couldn't wait to pick it up, and mid-Jan came, but alas it went with no bike. The deadline of end of January came, but again, it went too. I was told another 4 weeks, so the end of February. The wait was dragging on now. I'd watched some good bikes come and go and wondered whether that would have been the better choice. End of Feb came, still no bike. Told maybe next week, then the following week, finally 4 months later, it was time. Woohoo!
You go feel this trailer? Hey, you get a bike?
G'day guys, pretty exciting day for me today. It's been a 4+ month wait, but the day's finally come where I can wake up, hitch the trailer up and do a pretty long drive down, about 3 hours down the coast, and I should be bringing home a pretty sweet looking bike.
Your destination is on the left.
How bloody schmick does it look? Love the colouring and the aggressive looks with that shiny pipe and P-Tech guard. It looks as though it could go anywhere. Side by side to the DRZ, in person it's clearly slimmer and it does overall look a bit smaller. But it was a bit surprising that it still looked tallish. Here you can see me sitting on both, and the Xtrainer feels heaps lighter moving it side to side, and feet planted on the ground it's easier as there is a bit of sag once seated or standing on it. It still has 21-inch front and an 18-inch rear tyre. Looks very impressive, can't wait to ride it. The DRZ's awesome, no doubt about it. We've been riding it in tight stuff for nearly 2 years. However, last year was minimal. In the tight stuff it has plenty of power, but the weight and height can make it a little awkward for me at times. And with more pressure to complete the designated tracks rather than find easy alternatives due to hidden cameras in state forests, I want a bike I can feel more confident with when encountering an obstacle. Heaps of people who have DRZs reassured me that the Xtrainer is chalk and cheese to the DRZ. More nimble and just more enjoyable in the tighter terrain. I'll still keep the DRZ for free flowing tracks, adventure rides and when I'm riding with Cal. I know it won't be a magic pill that will transform my riding, but as I age and I have more aches and pains, mostly back and neck spasms, I'm hopeful that the smaller, more suited and tuned bike will buy me a few more years on the tracks. I'm hoping that I'll find some obstacles easier and smoother to give me confidence to attempt them without as much fear. Also hoping to try some other areas like the Glass House, dirt bike parks, and eventually Amamu and Imbil, and to leave Dirt Stigler in my dust. Being my first two-stroke for around about 26 years or so, I just want to learn a bit of clutch, brake and balance control, and take it for a quick spin. I had an old RM80 when I was 14 or 15, not for too long, but long enough to know the power band hit. I'll do a vid later this year on the extensive list of vehicles that I've had in the past. I chose the Xtrainer as it's tuned more manageable for guys like me rather than racing enduros. So although I know it'll require more maintenance than the DRZ, being a moulded delivery of power will hopefully keep the top end rebuilds further apart. It's a purpose-built bike for gnarly terrain, so I think it'll suit my relaxed riding style nicely. It's pretty crazy, but the closest I'd been to an Xtrainer was YouTube. Since bikes and everything else have gone crazy with sales since COVID kicked in, there's just been no stock. So the average wait I think was like 4 months. Being my most expensive bike, I tried to research and ask as many questions to lots of people to reassure me it would suit my needs. Now that it's in my hands, I'm a happy bloke. But yeah, bit of a risk buying something this expensive without any idea of how it feels, let alone how it rides. Yeah, the ECU corrosion issue became pretty apparent early on in my wait, and it got me a bit nervous. Initial thoughts were, while it's new and under warranty, I'll probably check it regularly to see if there's any signs of corrosion. Because being a day trip to drop the bike off and another big day trip to pick it up again from the dealer, I'd like to avoid any issues as much as possible. I requested the oil delete kit installed before delivery, but they're on back order for about another 2 months, so I'll be running the oil injection in the meantime with regular checks. I might even block it off at some point, but it will definitely have the proper oil delete kit when it's available. Bloody happy that it's finally in my shed. Can't wait to get some trips done and really get a good feel for it. Gut feeling so far, pretty good, pretty awesome. I'll do the comparison to the DRZ on a single trail vid soon, so keep an eye out. I know there's a few guys keen to hear about it. And how good's the sound and smell of a two-stroke? Hopefully you like the new bike and video. Comment if you like and sub if you're keen to see more. Cheers guys, hooroo.